Hello to all my beautiful people of the world. This video is called Lessons from a Rich and Wise Man. I invite you guys to go to Matthew chapter 27. We're going to read from verse 57 unto 61, or let's just leave it at 60. Check this out. It says, "When it was evening, there came a rich man from Arimathea named Joseph. He was also a disciple of Jesus. He went before Pilate and asked for the body of Jesus so that he might bury him. And Pilate ordered that it be given unto him. And Joseph took the body and wrapped it in a clean linen expensive cloth. It was a burial wrap, and laid it in his own new acquired tomb, which he had cut into a rock, and he rolled a large stone over the entrance of the tomb and went away." 3 points that I want us to understand. Number one, this guy was bold. This guy was bold. He was daring. He was bold. Why do I say that? Because I went back and I researched on this guy, who he was, and he belonged to the Jewish council. He was a man within his community in leadership. He was a man of heavy influence. The word of God here says that he was rich. The Bible states that he was rich. And he goes before Pilate and asks for the body, regardless of his positioning among other Jews. Now, I start to think, I say, man, this guy's bold, because he could have ran the potential risk of getting in trouble with the men of the council. Maybe his position might have been at stake somehow because the other Jews wanted to kill Jesus, and he was over here asking for the body to do good, but he didn't care. He was bold. Number two, he had faith. Now, why am I saying that he had faith? Check this out. We all know that Jesus, he spoke about his death and his resurrection multiple times, right? But we notice that even his closest disciples, such as Peter, when Jesus is captured, they deny that they knew him. They thought, and I say this because I've read like the Gospels and I've taken my time to kind of just imagine everything that's written down. They thought somehow that Jesus would be crowned king in that lifetime, and they would form a new government. They would be liberated from Rome's dominion, and they would become, their own entity, their own government. And the disciples obviously thought, hey man, I'm going to be, in a position of leadership, and we're going to rule over these lands and stuff like that. But and I say that they didn't have as much faith as this guy because they didn't make certain preparation. They didn't. You see Peter, he was running around. He was scared. His disciples really weren't expecting the fulfillment of what Jesus had said about his death and resurrection. That's why we see that they went through those things. But back to Joseph, the Bible here says that he bought an expensive wrap, okay? And he also acquired a new tomb. He acquired a new tomb, meaning that it wasn't something that he had prepared for his family from long ago, or that he used for friends, family members that died. No, the Bible here, or the story, explains that he just recently acquired that. So I see that this guy, he prepared beforehand. Why? Because he believed. He believed when he heard about Jesus' death and resurrection. He believed, therefore he acted. And point number 3 that I think we all need to have and possess in our lives is he used his resources for good. He used his resources for good. His influence, his talents, his abilities, his connections. He used them for good. If we apply these 3 steps in our lives, I know that we will do good before God and good before mankind. Let's go out and apply these steps. In review, real quick, he was bold. He was daring. He wasn't scared. He didn't say, oh my, what if I lose this, my position, my reputation? No, he knew what was right. Number 2, he believed in it and went for it. He used his influence for good things. Guys, I invite you to like this video. Go ahead and share it with someone that needs to learn from its content. There are links at the bottom for all my social medias. I would love to connect with you. We are here living this life so that we can learn together, so that we can grow. Lastly, don't forget to subscribe, turn on your notifications, the little bell right down here, so that each week when I'm uploading videos, you receive a message, an email, notification that a new video is up. I am uploading 2 videos a week, and my desire is to help you grow. I want you guys, remember, when you have understanding, when you have knowledge and you keep it and you cherish it in your heart, it becomes wisdom. And when you have wisdom, you know how to live your life right. And again, I'm a big advocate of you only live once. Our time here on earth is limited. It's not limitless, it's limited. We have a certain amount of years that we're gonna live. We need to make sure we live it to its full potential. That's why I'm doing these videos, so that we can learn. All right, guys, have a great life and a great day.